Hello, here's my vlog for the 8th of October 2021 on a Friday. I think I mixed my video last night too. I'm gearing up to hopefully I'll be working on this next chapter of my life for a long time. Like as in until I'm done. But who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Um, um, Kirsten's calling me. I think I'll not answer it. If this had happened like a year or two ago, it would just start ringing and I'd have to answer the phone. And then they fixed it so that if somebody calls, you can keep doing the video, but the sound cuts out. But now they fixed it where I can just keep doing the video. But she's not hanging up, I see. It's distracting me. Anyway, I think I said a couple days ago in the last video that I did that currently what I'm doing is I was doing Livy, and I was like, yeah, maybe by tomorrow I'll be done with book 1 out of 46, chapter 5 out of like an average of 60 per book. There's 1,800 and some odd chapters, 3,400, almost 3,500 pages. But then I was like, I have to get caught up, So I was like, okay, so let's cover the entire area with images, 2.77 square kilometers. It has to have roughly the same resolution as regular Google Earth, or else it doesn't work. Like it's not realistic enough. So that took forever, and the computer's kind of slow. If I had a faster computer, this would go by so much faster. Anyway, yeah, and then the computer will suddenly crash on me. Google Earth crashed a couple times. Luckily, it was right after I saved it. Lucky. And then it's dropping AirPlay to my smart TV all the time. So then I unplug and plug in my Apple TV. I reconnect it. And this is with my good computer. My bad computer I was working on for a long time without even fixing it, changing to the good computer. But anyway. And then I started doing background. I started putting flooring, dirt flooring on the different cities. And I was like, and then I was researching. I was researching armies or something. Oh yeah, population. I was like, all right, let's figure out what the freaking population of these places were. Because I was thinking about delving into, and I haven't done this yet. And this is just with images, not with 3D polygon tool, just images. Plop it on. Of so and so number of houses, and then but you make it the exact population. And I was like, I went to some Wikipedia article, populations of cities throughout history, and I saw Rome, 1000 BC, 1440 people, and I'm like, what? That's too many people. And then they had the little number next to it, so I clicked on it to see where the reference was, and it was this book. But I had to pay $80 if I was going to read it. Now, if this had happened last time I was working on, I wouldn't have paid that $80. But now, I'm like, I really don't want to fuck this up. To spend this much time only to not do my proper research would just be something I would regret big time after I do all the time, because it'd be useless. Somebody else would come along and do it right. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll just blow the $80 on the damn book. It's called Urbanization of Roman Latium Vetus or something from the University of Cambridge. One of the archaeologists there, some woman, can't remember her name. It's 431 pages, but it has 150 images and 25 charts, graphs. And last night, I was downloading all the images off the book. Well, screen capturing them off the book and then naming them. And I was looking at them and I was like, oh, cha-ching, cha-ching. This has everything that I wanted. Everything that was going on in my head, they're answering all my questions, like what the population was, showing out their citadels of the different towns, how different categories of different populations, how their borders work, where all the locations are, the exact size of the kingdom and the city throughout time, where places were, what the streets look like. I was just like, whoa. So that's what I'm doing now. then I copied all the images, and then I plunked them onto Google Earth, and so now I'm sizing them at their exact location, so it's all ready to go on Google Earth by the time I start reading the book. And I'm going to read the book, like I'm not going to audio listen to the book. I'm going to read the book with my eyes, very slowly, memorizing all of it with a fine-tooth comb, thinking about everything they say, so I can plug it in. And then there's some other book that was like that was free, and I'm going to read that book cover to cover. Like, I'm not fucking around anymore. Just read the whole thing, and then I'm going to be like, all right, let's do this. Yeah, and I'm going to go in there and build Rome, and once I have built Rome up to the best of my ability with Wikipedia and these books, that's when I'll get going on Livy. Now, hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks. This will take me a couple of weeks. Then I'll get going on Livy. Look at Livy, and yeah, use Livy as the other reference, and Theodore Mommsen as well. Talks about this stuff. It just reference everything. Basically pay up homage to all of them, Like if Mommsen says something different than this archaeologist, I'll do both of them, and just reference it, and and build Rome, and then do it from Livy. I'd like to, because I still haven't done one city like completely. Well, I guess I did the very beginning of Rome, but not another city like where you do it with just the images of the houses. In a battle, haven't done the battle, the whole thing of a battle. So anyway, if I keep working on I'm hoping that I can do just this, stay focused on just this, just Rome, Livy, Gallic Wars, because that's the thing that I need to do. If I'm going to ride my bike, that's what I need to do. I need to finish Rome, like all of Rome, and then I have to go and build all of that on Boulder, which will be a lot quicker and easier because, not as much like figuring stuff out. It's just copy. But if I were to successfully work all the time, I wasn't yawning until I did this video. I start talking and all of a sudden I'm yawning. That's just how it works. If I work constantly every day, I'm working tomorrow. I'm baling hay, so that's fun. My mom's gonna come with me and watch me. 160 bales. I did 160 last week. And then we're gonna feed carrots to the horses. Whose mom comes and watches them, gives them company while they work, huh? Yeah, she came today and took me to the hardware store to buy gloves because I got blisters last Saturday. She's like, don't get blisters. I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. I could put like Band-Aids over here or like wear bike gloves. She's like, no, you need proper work gloves. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll get proper work gloves. Anyway, if I work constantly like this without getting a job, unless it's this job's all right. But if I work just like this constantly, I'll probably be like, I'll probably feel like I'm at the same exact place as I am now by the end of the year, to be honest. October, November, December, which is 3 months. But of course, I'll be farther along. Hopefully I'll be done. I will have like Googled Earth Rome, like until, I don't know. Yeah, Googled Earth most of Rome. Done Livy down to maybe 500 pages. I don't know. Maybe done with Julius Caesar. But I'm looking into the next year, 2022, the end of 2022. I'm hoping, this is my realistic hope. I'm hoping by the end of 2022, so that's in a year and 3 months, 15 months, that a year and a third, a year and a quarter, and I'll be 49 by the time I'm 49. So that's a whole nother year in my 40s. By the time I'm 49. I'm hoping by then we'll have done Google Earthing Rome and and everything having to do with Rome, like the main Roman authors, and Google Earthing the main Roman authors, and fixing the main Roman author books. Because I've noticed it's like they're always, it seems like they go back in time, although I know that's not what's happening. It's just that in my mind has this perfect image of it, and then I'm like, oh shit, when I look at it, and I don't even remember not having not finished it. So, yeah, so fixing at least the major books. If I can accomplish those things, and maybe even finish like the major books from also the Enlightenment. If I can do those things, I'll be happy, because that would mean the only thing I have to do after that would be figure out my studio and plug in the studio. So, yeah, I still have to like do Envato Elements. Maybe I'll take a break and do that for a couple months or a week or a month, where I finish filling up my hard drive with everything that I would possibly ever need in Envato Elements. I want to get it all in my hard drive now, even if it's like 4 terabytes, because it takes up a whole 5 terabyte disk drive, because I need to have this stuff ready in my head, for whichever, and then plug them into my Hyperdeck and everything for whenever there's my new. I'm making air frying sweet potato for the first time, so I'm curious to see how it is. Seems like sweet potatoes are harder to cut through than regular potatoes, so maybe it'll take longer to cook. But anyway, yeah, if I can. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to finish Google Earthing the history of Boulder too. So I have to kind of prepare myself mentally to do this for another 2 years. If you're gonna throw in Google Earthing Boulder and my website tying it up, it'll be when I'm 50. That's like realistic. 2 years and 3 months, so that's 25 months. If I can do it in 25 months. But problem is I can't smoke weed. But I'm not going to be addicted to weed. Can't drink. I've been doing a little bit of drinking lately. I go down to the liquor store at like 11:30 at night, and I get like a couple of these little shooters. When I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, if I could keep the exercise going, basically running with my mom, or maybe I should start running with her. While she rides her trike. Yeah, I think I can do it. I just have to convince myself that I that's what I want to do. I was talking to my mom today. She drove me down to the hardware store, and she goes, "So what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh God, you don't want me to tell you, do you?" I was like, "Okay, Google Earthing Rome." She goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "What?" So then she rails into me again, and I'm like, "Bitch, I need to like, I can't convince my mother to give me the 3rd degree all the time, and I have to convince her. I have to tell her, and I told her today. I was like, I shouldn't be saying this. She doesn't want me talking about her, but she kind of deserves it. I go, when you do that, it kind of ruins my day. I start thinking about that, and then when I get tired, I start thinking about it. You can't be pissing on me. Like, don't do that. So, anyways, but anyway, the evolution of the conversation is, look, don't do that. You don't want us to talk about it. Just stop it. So, anyways, so then we went to Burger King, and I got a burger for $5. Anyways, that was Kirsten just called me again. So we're gonna go and watch Barbarians, the new German show about Arminius, the Battle of Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD, when the Romans owned parts of Germany, the western part of Germany, for like 30 years, and then they had the revolt. So that's a good show too. Plus, I discovered a lot of new like Roman shows that I watched. I watched like Peter O'Toole and Augustus, the first emperor show. I didn't even know that existed. I watched the whole thing. It was like a series. I watched the whole thing last night while I was working. And then I bought the box set for Rome, HBO's Rome, $80, Blu-ray. And I told my mom I want her to watch it with me, so she's going to come over and watch it with me like once a week or something for like the next couple of years, because there's like 30 episodes, so that's going to be awesome. And then I even got the Spartacus box set because I love Spartacus. That was like one of my favorite shows ever. When I first started, I thought it was stupid, but then I was like, no, 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 there's a place for this type of history show. And so I bought that. That was only 35 bucks. And then I bought Spartacus the movie with Kirk Douglas for like 15 bucks. And I was like, oh, let's buy now. Now time to buy. And I almost bought I, Claudius. But I watched the entire I, Claudius series like 10 years ago, or 8 years ago. 9 years ago, jeez. And then I almost bought Romulus with Roger Moore. Oh, but I did buy this movie called First King about Romulus. I didn't even know existed, so that's going to be cool. Those are going to come in the mail soon. And yeah, I mean, it'll just be trippy to watch because I have a 70-inch TV. It'd be trippy to watch Blu-ray because I have an Xbox that can play that. Oh, and I also bought I bought this video game called, it was only $4, Rise, Son of Rome. It's a video game where you're in Rome as a Roman fighting barbarians invading Rome. So that's cool. I played like a couple of minutes of that the other day. So anyway, yeah. I'm just, then there's this show called like William the Conqueror. I just want to watch all the historical movies, get caught up on. So while I work, so yeah. Anyways, tomorrow I'll get going. I'm gonna fit. It'll probably take me the rest of the day to fit the images from the book, but then tomorrow, yeah, I'll read those books, get to another new level of knowledge, and do new Google Earthing and get going with this bitch. But I have to work with it long term style. Yeah. So. Yep, that's what I'm up to. Talk to you tomorrow. I'll probably be doing the same thing. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be like, I'm reading this book and it's really interesting. And I learned this and I learned this and I learned this. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.